Hey, what's up, muchachos? Today we're going to be talking about finding the derivatives of functions that require the use of more than one of our favorite rules, the product, quotient, and chain rule. Sometimes we're going to have functions that require the use of the product or quotient rule, but within the product or quotient rule is a chain rule. Sometimes we're going to have problems where we have the product or quotient rule with another product or quotient rule in it. And then finally, we may have situations where we have a chain rule with another chain rule in it. The trick to these types of problems is figuring out for yourself what is the overarching rule. Is it a product or quotient rule with a chain rule in it, or is it a chain rule with a product or quotient rule in it? There is a difference, and once you figure that out, the rest is just a matter of following your nose and putting the normal steps into play. Keep in mind this video is going to assume that you already understand the fundamentals of the product, quotient, and chain rule. If you need a little bit more backup on that, you can watch any of the Auducation videos related to those. With that, why don't we go ahead and just take a look at some examples here, because I think seeing this is going to clarify much more easily than just talking about it. Our first example asks us to take the derivative of negative 12x cubed e to the cosine of x. Clearly, this is a product rule where this is our u and this is our v. You'll notice that our v is a chain rule because we have a trig function in the exponent position. Let's define some things here. U is going to equal negative 12x cubed. We also need u prime. U prime is going to be the derivative of that. 3 times negative 12 is negative 36. Take 1 away from our power, and that gives us x squared. V, of course, is e to the cosine of x, and now to take its derivative, we need to implement the chain rule. Our inside function is cosine. Our outside function is e to the x. Chain rule says derivative of the outside, which would normally be e to the x, evaluated at the inside, so we're going to replace x with cosine, and then you multiply times the derivative of your inside function. In our case, we want the derivative of cosine, so this is going to be negative sine of x. This was a problem unto itself, but we aren't done. We need to now implement the actual product rule, which says u v prime, or negative 12x cubed, times the derivative of v e to the cosine times negative sine of x, like so. And then we need to add to that v u prime. So we're going to have e to the cosine, and we'll multiply that times u prime, which was negative 36x squared. And this, as unattractive as it is our final answer. Algebraically, there's a lot of different work that we can do here to simplify our answer, and if we were going to work with it, I would recommend that all day long. The difference is when you're taking an AP exam, a lot of the time the multiple choice answers are going to come out to something that looks like this. So it's not going to be worth it to you to waste your time to simplify unless the answer choices presented to you are in some kind of simplified form. Let's go ahead and take a look at a different example. The next example asks us to take the derivative of x squared tan over 3x minus 7. The fraction is a dead giveaway. This here is a quotient rule where the top is x squared tan and the bottom is 3x minus 7, our u and v respectively. Hopefully you can also spot the product rule in the top here, x squared times tan. Defining our u's and v's for the quotient rule, we're going to see that our u is the one that's going to be subject to our other rule here. To find u prime, we need to implement, again, the product rule. It's x squared times the derivative of tan, so x squared times secant squared, and that's going to be plus tan times the derivative of x squared, also known as tan times 2x. V and v prime are a lot more mundane. It's just a simple binomial. V is 3x minus 7, like we see here. And then its derivative v prime is very simply the derivative of 3x, or 3. As a reminder, the quotient rule is vu prime minus uv prime over v squared. So let's plug in. V was 3x minus 7. U prime was that big long expression that we have there, x squared secant squared plus tan times 2x. There we go. Then we have to minus our u times our v prime. U again was x squared tan of x. Then we're going to multiply that times 3. And this is all over our denominator squared. The denominator again was 3x minus 7, so we have 3x minus 7 squared. Same as before, not the prettiest looking answer, but let's not waste our time trying to simplify when most of the time this will suffice. Let's take a look at one last example here. In our last example, we want to find the derivative of sine squared 7x plus 18. If you watched the chain rule video, you'd remember that there's another way that we can write this that makes it a little bit clearer what's going on. Take your exponent and put it outside of a broader set of parentheses. This makes it a little bit more clear where our chain rule begins and ends. This time our inside function is the function inside the main set of parentheses, sine of 7x plus 18. When we go to get in prime, you'll notice that again we have a chain rule. Our outside function is sine, whose derivative is cosine. Chain rule says evaluate that at the inside, so we'll keep those parentheses the same, 7x plus 18, and then we multiply times the derivative of the inside function here. Derivative of 7x plus 18 is just 7. Returning to our main function here, we think of our outside function as the thing where we replace the inside function with regular x, hence x squared. The derivative of x squared is 2x. So now we can use our chain rule to figure out what the whole entire derivative is. It's going to be the out prime evaluated at the inside, so 2 times sine of 7x plus 18 times our in prime function, our cosine of 7x plus 18 times 7. Like before, there's plenty that we can do to simplify this here, but let's not waste our time. The most important thing is that you know how to take these derivatives. In each of these cases, that meant that you understood that what you started with was either a product, quotient, or chain rule, and then you had to identify going along that there was another product, quotient, or chain rule embedded within it. And once you figured that information out, it was a simple matter of figuring out what u prime, v prime, or in prime, out, and out prime were, and then implementing the correct rules when you needed to use them. Okay, muchachos, I think you have all the information you're going to need in order to be successful on these problems. At this point, it's really just a matter of practicing and being able to start to recognize which rules you have and when. Develop that sense, and nothing that involves derivatives is going to stand in your way. All right, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck. Later.